After 3 wild rounds of competition, we have just 18 holes remaining before our champion is crowned. Our leader is carrying 3 strokes into the final round, but we know danger looms at every turn. This is Championship Sunday at the MVP Open by OTB.
A beautiful shot from Holland. Climbs the hill.
I would have to think that Owen is happy just getting short of the gate and then taking her chance with the putt from there, trying not to bring the Mando necessarily into play, or she could just be gunning hard. We'll see where this finishes. Just at the mouth of the gate.
Gonna need to connect with some more putts today to stay in the podium contention.
Owen with the shortest drive, but then the best approach and the only birdie.
It is very rare that we see a right-handed backhand throw on this tee shot going up and over the water. Typically it's a sidearm, just spiking into the green.
Pierce from circle's edge on 5. Oh, and she likes it. A confident Pierce with the birdie on the 5th.
Missy needs to get this close to keep up with Owen and Kristen. That's a great drive, even with the pin.
This is going to track right to the pin for Hansen. And a bullseye hit, it looks like, for Ella Hansen.
Now that one had plenty of height. Good adjustment from the previous putt.
Klein sitting in 8th place on the tee of hole number 7. Well, that wasn't far from going in.
And probably one of the first aces on hole 7. This is first year that we're seeing this hole be played like this. So easy hyzer for Holland.
Dead center. She gets it. Kristen picks up her 2nd birdie of the round. I'm calling for an Ella Hansen ace here.
Terry sets it up. And she does have plenty of distance and the right amount of height to ensure that it's going to stay safe.
Pierce has the line, calling for it to be the one. Pierce drops to a knee. Paige Pierce has birdied exactly half of the holes today. She's 4 under through 8 and is within 2 of Kristen. And we've been talking about Ellie and Stacy, but just like that, Hannah, with an incredible day so far today, has brought herself back into the conversation about making the 20th spot for the Pro Tour standings. Oh, and Missy Gannon just barely missing the basket to pull within 1 of Kristen. Gets the birdie. Pushing left, but safe. Also be just barely left, but not a problem for Ella Hansen.
To tie the lead. Missy Gannon for birdie.
Hannah Wynn throwing her third.
Come on.
Hannah
shot.
Wynn parking the basket and having an incredible day out here today. This may be the shot that secures her a spot in the Pro Tour Championship.
Definitely a different demeanor out of Kristen. A little frustration.
What touch by Ella Hansen.
A little more space behind the pin than Owen.
Gannon buries it. Solid. Kristen answers. And just a few feet short of the wall.
That's a fantastic drive from Kristen. Heisering out at the end to bring her closer to the opening.
Hanley also on 14. This is tracking to the pin. And Hanley just deep.
Paige missed this putt yesterday.
But not today. Pierce, 7 under through 14. She's tied for second with Kristen, 1 behind Gannon.
The best round that we've seen this weekend is an 8 down, and Paige has 4 holes left to play.
She hits the birdie putt. Kristen will go to 17 under. Sometimes if you love the course, it'll love you back. Here's Kristen on the 14th. Just needs to check up, and it does. Kristen well inside the circle, less than 25 feet. Missy's looks so comfortable off this tee. This is coming in low. That's going to hit the wall. Out of bounds for Gannon. She'll go to the drop zone.
I really liked the height that she put underneath this, but it was just too soft of a throw. This hole's just under 300 feet, and Missy was leaving that short to begin with. So she's going to have a putt from the drop zone to try and save a par.
No putting required for Ella Hansen. Drop in birdie. Scoggins just barely over the wall and just as close as Hansen.
Now this is putting pressure on Missy to have to make this putt to keep it to just 1 stroke possible.
And that is an end to Missy Gannon's clean scorecard today. She was 6 under coming into the 14th. She's going to put a bogey on the card and fall back to 16 down.
Currently 2 strokes back of Kristen.
Kristen has laced it. She's going to have a birdie look.
That is a perfect drive.
This looks great. Missy answers. Ellie Ezra Midling needed to get into 14th place, but as we're seeing, Cadence Burge with an incredible round today may be enough to just stay in front of her. And that will keep Ellie out of the Tour Championship. It's going to come down to the final hole. Unless there's a major shakeup, Ellie Ezra is going to come up short. Pierce for birdie.
It's like a gut punch. Just to release it, not hit any metal. This is a huge putt coming back.
From circle 2. That will be Pierce's lone bogey on her scorecard, and that may be enough to end her chance at winning this weekend. Midling for bogey on the final hole. She gets it. And Cadence in for double bogey, which means she'll stay in front of Ellie. And that means Hannah Wynn will make it into the Tour Championship.
Up on the balcony of the Sap House, spectating, and I think that answers my question. Does she know that she's going to be in the Tour Championship? She could throw it on the left side of that lighter colored tree like that. It's going to hyzer back toward the pin. Beautifully done.
3 strokes back to Kristen on the green of 17. Scoggins for birdie. With a triple bogey look on the 18th to close out her tournament. And that is in. But that effectively will end Holland's chances at being your Tour points winner for 2024. Gannon also pulls it into the right. Brian, do you have an eye on just how close Missy's approach is?
She's got about 35, 40 feet. She's outside circle 1.
And for Kristen, she just needs par to put the pressure on Missy to have to birdie at very tricky holes, 17 and 18. Tough birdies.
As big a time as any, big money Missy needs to show up for the putt on 17.
I've got chills, Terry.
The roar of the crowd says it all. Missy with the birdie on the 17th to take a 1-stroke lead into the final hole. Kristen for par. And it slides out. Kristen will bogey the 17th.
I was already counting that as a par. I didn't realize that it was actually more like 25 feet for this putt. Again, another right side spit out.
And we head into the final hole, all tied up. A near perfect drive by Missy Gannon.
Kristen gets past the trees as well. They're very close to each other.
Kristen or Missy, whomever wins here, becomes not only the MVP champion, but also our Tour points champion for the 2024 season.
Put the pressure on Missy to go for it if she wants to take it down.
She needs to avoid the tree, which gave her trouble yesterday. And she is to the right of it. She'll have an open swing to the green. Trying to avoid the same tree, and she's past it.
She has to keep it safe, land on the island.
She's cut it short. Kristen doesn't make the island.
Missy going with the sidearm. The biggest sidearm moment of her career, and she nails it. It is not a shot that Missy relies on all the time. And the fact that in one of the biggest pressure scenarios, she has to throw a sidearm to land safe. But that is just what nerves do. It changes scenario for any player.
Owen Scoggins finishes in third. Kristen Tatar will be your runner-up. And Missy Gannon, your MVP Open by OTB champion. Gannon wins it.
Your 2024 MVP Open by OTB champion, Missy Gannon!
Missy, I think you, myself, everybody here at Maple Hill still shaking after that finish. Talk to us about how you're feeling right now and tell us the story of the day.
I am feeling so overwhelmed with just joy, and I'm, in the last couple of weeks I felt like I was kind of losing myself a little bit on the green, and I still had that struggle this week, but today I turned it around, and I told myself this morning that I'm jumping in that pond. I don't care what it takes. I'm jumping in that pond.
Well, 3 players on your card on 17 didn't even try for the gap. You had to hit the gap. And then talk us through that putt. What were you telling yourself? Was there a little bit of temptation to lay up?
No, I knew I had to make it. There was nothing else on my mind. That hole bit me a couple times already this week, and I told myself I wasn't going to let that happen again. I got to make the putt. That was the only thing on my mind, and the fact that I just sent it right into the heart just felt so good. Felt like regular big money Missy that I'm used to.
I got one more. Missy, not only did you just win Maple Hill, you just became, with this final hole, the Tour Points champion of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Talk to us. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I was holding that spot for a little while, and like I said, the last few weeks have just felt really weird. I think ever since I got back from Europe, I don't know, I just felt like I was kind of sitting in that 5th, 6th place spot every event, and I couldn't get out of it. And so I kind of, again, let that slip away a little bit, but I knew it was still really close, and it's just a testament to how consistent I've been all year, and I'm always right there. I'm always right there. I'm always lurking, and yeah, it's really awesome to finally take another one down this year, and to be at Maple Hill is just, I've been waiting for this one for years. I've been coming here for a while, and I love this place, and I'm so happy to be able to have that on my my resume now. Yeah.
You're champion!
Disappointed it's over? Well, I've got 2 options for you. Either you click subscribe and you watch more action right here on the channel, or you go out and play around at disc golf yourself. Either way, I'll see you in the fairway.